Hey guys, Jeremy here with Switchcraft and Switchery, and today I'm reviewing the next Mouse Shell 2-pack for the Switch 2 Joy-Con controllers. So I've never been a big mouse and keyboard gamer, mostly just because I've never been able to get used to the left-handed keyboard controls, even though I really like aiming with a mouse. So Joy-Con mouse mode is a perfect middle ground for me, since I can have a control stick in my left hand that I'm used to, and I can aim with my right hand. So I've been really intrigued by the mouse mode feature on the Switch 2, but I haven't messed with it a ton just because it feels kind of awkward for me to hold the Joy-Con like this. I have pretty big hands, so it just kind of sits weird. But I've been really impressed with how well it works, and I think there's a lot of potential for some really fun gameplay here. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Pokopia, and I know this game has some pretty intuitive mouse controls, and I really wanted to give this a real shot. So I started doing some research online, and I noticed that these are really well priced, and they were available at my local Best Buy, which is just a few miles away. I believe this is Best Buy's house brand or something. That might be wrong, but I know I have a case for my Switch 2 that's made by them, and I've been really happy with it, so I'm hoping that these follow suit. Now, there's definitely some more fancy and expensive options available online, but these are only $10, and there was something that was available locally that I could just go pick up today. So I decided to give it a try, and I made the trip over to Best Buy just now, and I found these in the Switch 2 section, and here we are. So let's go ahead and open these up. So you get both a left and right grip with this set, which is nice. Got the bubble wrap here, set that over there. So here's the right one. And they do come with a strap attached, but if I'm going to be honest, this is going to end up getting cut off because I just don't really have a use for it, and they're just going to get in the way. I never use the Joy-Con 2 strap when I'm doing mouse mode, just for the same reason. I can maybe see it if you were using it for something like Drag X Drive, but no one's going to be playing Switch Sports Bowling with these. It doesn't make sense. So it's likely just a requirement that products like this have the strap attached for some safety standard or something. Who even knows? But anyway, so I got my Joy-Cons here, and let's see how these strap in. So I guess you just kind of... Oh yeah, okay. So it feels really secure. Let me throw in the left one. Let's see, try this. Okay, not too bad. And there we go. Yeah, so this definitely feels a lot better than just holding a Joy-Con on its own. And different games are going to have different results, but obviously in a game like Pokopia, where you still need to be able to reach both the stick and the buttons, it's still a little bit awkward. But that's just the result of the gameplay, not so much a fault of the mouse grip itself. I think this will be fine on a game like Cyberpunk or Hogwarts Legacy, where you're aiming with the mouse motion and clicking these buttons, rather than relying so much on the stick like in Pokopia. I'm not currently playing any games that are going to utilize the left Joy-Con in mouse mode, but I am glad that it came with this set, especially for the price being only $10. So far, I think my only real gripe with these grips is that I think I'd like to see a little bit wider around the palm area, just so that it shifts my hand this way a little bit more, so that my thumb rests a little bit more naturally, where I can reach these buttons in the stick without kind of having to shift around a little bit. I know these seem like little things, but when you're gaming, especially if you're doing something kind of competitive, you want some efficiency there. But I think I'd also like to see the grip be... Let me turn it this way. I'd like to see the grip be maybe flush with the top of the controller here, rather than this kind of sticking up a little bit more. That would just feel a little bit more natural and controlled. So then to take them off, I guess you just kind of pick it up and just kind of pop it off. I think I'd like to maybe see a little bit more of an efficient way of getting these in and out of the grip. Maybe something that could utilize the release button, because when you press it down like that, it kind of gets covered up. It's pretty easy to get on. It just snaps in. Which isn't a big deal, but it makes me a little bit nervous that this could strip out my expensive Joy-Cons over time, because these things are not cheap. So I just played about an hour of Pokopia with these things, and I think I'm going to give this set about an 8 out of 10. If you look around online, there seems to be a lot more third-party options out there that are even better, but for $10, this is a steal and a good way to test out using mouse grip without making much of an investment. I'll probably use these for a while, and if it seems like something I'm going to really get into, maybe look into upgrading later. But for me, $10 is the perfect price for something that'll get the point across and work well, but cheap enough that I won't feel like a waste of money if I eventually upgrade. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more info on this grip set, and maybe it'll help you decide if you want to try these out or if you want to dive right into something more expensive. Let me know in the comments if you have a mouse grip set that you suggest, and maybe I'll look into that when I go to upgrade. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on all platforms for more gaming content. We'll see you next time, and as always, go Cats.